This is Matthew Cratter from Trader University, and today I want to talk about a stock that could triple over the coming year. If you're interested in learning how to make money in both bull and bear markets, or you just want to see what I'm trading or investing in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So last week we talked about how it's possible that Apple at some point would diversify its cash holdings into Bitcoin, and as part of that we mentioned a billion-dollar company called MicroStrategy, publicly traded on the NASDAQ, and how they were contemplating moving a big chunk of their cash on their balance sheet into Bitcoin. Well, it just happened on Tuesday, and there's just a press release about it. Michael Saylor is the founder and CEO of MicroStrategy, and this is a really, really big move. We're going to be talking about what sort of price targets this would put on the stock later in this video. But what they basically did is they took $250 million of their cash. They used $250 million to buy back stock, or they're currently doing a Dutch auction. And they took another $250 million, which is basically about 19% of their market cap, and they used it to buy Bitcoin all at once on Tuesday. So they bought 21,454 Bitcoin, and if you do the math, that's an average purchase price, including fees and commissions and everything, of 11,653. Right now, Bitcoin trading at about 11,500. You can actually get a better price on Bitcoin than MicroStrategy got. But this is a very, very smart, forward-thinking company. Now, apart from what this really means for Bitcoin, this is huge for Bitcoin. This is because this is the first publicly traded company that has taken a big stake like this and used it as a hedge against inflation rather than using gold or silver or anything else that they could have used. And the fact that it's such a big percentage of their market cap is only about 1.3 billion. So essentially putting 250 million into Bitcoin, it's 19% of their 19% of their market cap, which is a really gutsy move. The reasons that the CEO laid out for buying Bitcoin are also very, very interesting, and they really bode well for Bitcoin, simply because there are going to be a lot of other companies that want to that will follow in this path, and I think MicroStrategy really is a leader here. He cites various macro factors, including money printing and all the government financial stimulus. But then when he talks about why he picked Bitcoin rather than another crypto or gold or something like that, it's very interesting what he said. We find the global acceptance, brand recognition. These are things we've talked about, sort of all the network effects and all the brand, the very strong brand that Bitcoin has, ecosystem vitality, network dominance, architectural resilience, tech utility, and community ethos of Bitcoin. Again, I'm quoting Michael Saylor here in his press release, to be persuasive evidence of Bitcoin's superiority as an asset class for those seeking a long-term store of value. Bitcoin is digital gold, harder, stronger, faster, and smarter than any money that has preceded it. We expect its value to accrete with advances in technology, expanding adoption, and the network effect that has fueled the rise of so many category killers in the modern era. So this is the guy who's very forward-thinking. He wrote a book essay called The Mobile Wave, talking about the impact of the iPhone on business and consumer behavior. So very smart guy, very, very gutsy bet. As I said, I imagine he owns a big chunk of this company, so this is also a way for him personally to acquire Bitcoin in sort of the form of a holding company. I'll link to a couple of these articles. But what's amazing when you think about it is the fact that there are just 21 million Bitcoin. Now, for the purposes of this analysis, I'm going to ignore the fact that Satoshi is locked up a million. There may be millions that are lost, so it's actually even more scarce than this. But MicroStrategy just bought 21,454 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin, let's say we're going to divide up that 21 million Bitcoin across publicly traded corporations, and they would each buy the same amount that MicroStrategy bought. Obviously, MicroStrategy is a billion-dollar company. A company like Apple or Facebook could buy a lot more Bitcoin if they wanted to. But let's say that we take just that 21 million, we spread it over, we say that every company tries to buy 21,454. Only 978 companies would be able to accumulate the same amount of Bitcoin, this 21,454. And to put that in perspective, there are over 6,000 publicly traded companies in just the US, so not counting Asia or Europe or South America or Africa, over 6,000 companies. So if each of these just in the US that have market caps over $1 billion wanted to buy the same amount, and again, proportionally, if Apple were to buy the same amount of Bitcoin, it would basically the same amount of Bitcoin as a percentage of its market cap. There wouldn't be enough Bitcoin. It would be more than the total market cap of Bitcoin. So this shows how scarce Bitcoin is. I'm always getting questions on my channel. Where's the demand going to come from? And here we are seeing the demand. This is the beginning of corporations buying Bitcoin and putting it on their balance sheet. So what does this mean for the future valuation of MicroStrategy? And would MicroStrategy be a good way of purchasing Bitcoin? I think possibly. Basically, if you look at the number of Bitcoin they bought, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been following Plan B's model on Bitcoin. He's projecting values of at least 100,000. He actually has some values up to 288,000, but I'd say 100,000 is very conservative for Bitcoin, probably by the summer of 2021, if not sooner. If Bitcoin goes to $100,000 per Bitcoin and MicroStrategy holds on to their 21,000 Bitcoin, that would give just their Bitcoin position a value of $2.145 billion, which, to put in perspective, is a multiple of their current market cap. So just the amount of Bitcoin they would own at that point, the value of that would dwarf the current value of the company. Now I'm using yesterday's closing numbers. MicroStrategy closed at 134.89 after gapping up. It sold off a little bit, but let's just try to put a price target on MicroStrategy using this future value for Bitcoin, which I think is conservative. It may sound crazy to some. I'll link to Plan B's papers if you're not familiar with them. Basically, if Bitcoin goes to 100,000, that would be about $88,000 profit times the number of Bitcoin they own. That would add 1.9 billion to their existing market cap. So we're going to assume nothing changes with the company. Revenues don't change, margins don't change, etc., which are big assumptions, obviously, but we're doing this with just sort of broad brushes. What if MicroStrategy basically becomes a Bitcoin holding company? They don't do anything else, but they keep everything sort of standard, and the market continues to value them at an existing PE. That would basically add 1.9 billion in value from Bitcoin appreciating to the existing market cap of 1.3 billion. That gives you a market cap of 3.2 billion for the company. Currently 765 million shares outstanding. Gives you a price target of $418 per share. Again, yesterday the stock closed at about $135 per share. So that's a triple from current levels. Now, I personally prefer to own Bitcoin because Bitcoin can go up 9 or 10x easily from this point. But this isn't a bad way of owning Bitcoin, especially if you look into MicroStrategy, you like their business software, you think they've got a good future. And again, none of this is investment recommendations. I prefer to hold Bitcoin itself, which can be a little tricky to hold. You have to figure out how to buy it and stick it on a hardware wallet. You can check out my other YouTube videos on that. But if you want a really easy way to own Bitcoin and you are willing to make the assumptions that Michael Saylor's not going to sell his Bitcoin, or MicroStrategy is not going to sell the company Bitcoin, this company's easily a triple from current levels. I think this is a good bet from this level, and especially when you've got a CEO like this running it, a very good, very smart guy, very forward thinking, and very gutsy as well, I'll say. Now, if you enjoyed the kind of financial analysis we did in this video, you might be interested in one of my online courses called Financial Statement Analysis Made Easy. If you've been wanting to learn how Warren Buffett reads financial statements, including the income statement, the balance sheet, and the statement of cash flows, this is a great way to get up to speed on that and really finally learn what all these financial terms mean. As Buffett's famous for saying, accounting and financial statement analysis is really the language of business. If you join Trader University, you'll also get access, in addition to the financial statement analysis course, you'll get access to all of my courses, all 13 courses, including Learn to Trade Stocks Like a Pro, Learn to Trade Options Like a Pro. There's a day trading course, a course on trading IPOs. You'll get the list of my favorite recent momentum stocks, as well as a bunch of other courses, swing trading with options. Now, normally access to this, just $125 for 30 days access, but I want to give you a special coupon. So if you're interested, click on the link in the description notes below. It'll take you to this page. You can click on any of these boxes and you'll see the list of lectures and what's covered. And if it's something that interests you, you can just go down here and click Get It Now, which will take you to this checkout page. As I said, normally access is $125 for 30 days access to everything on the website. But because we're still in a recession here, I wanted to give you a coupon code. If you click Have a Coupon Code and type in YT99, click Update, that'll take $26 off the monthly price. And again, you can join for just 30 days, cancel before it renews, watch every course, and you'll just be charged $99. So definitely check that out if you want to go a little deeper than I'm able to do in my YouTube videos. Otherwise, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I publish my next video. And let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.